Are you up for a cosmic adventure?
Join us as we take a fun approach to learning about all things astrology with your hosts,
Astrologer Rissa.
And me, Zach.
On this episode of Adventures in Astrology, we'll be diving into the world of the first house. Today we're going to explore the significance of the first house in a birth chart, as well as transits, and use examples from our own birth charts.
The first house, also known as the ascendant or rising sign, represents our sense of self, our identity, and how we present ourselves to the world. It's a crucial part of the birth chart as it sets the tone for the entire chart and influences our outward personality.
In order to know your rising sign, you'll need to know your time of birth. The ascendant sign changes every 2 hours, so it's best not to guess. The first house is ruled by the sign Aries and the planet Mars, which brings a focus on our individuality, our self-image, and how we assert ourselves in the world.
It's fascinating to consider that the first house also reflects our physical appearance and how others perceive us. The sign and any planets in the first house can provide insights into our outward demeanor and the energy we project to the world. My rising sign is Gemini. I come across as intelligent, talkative, humorous, and dual-natured.
In my birth chart, my sun sign is in Gemini, and my rising sign is Aquarius. I may come across different than I view myself. I found this very helpful when I first started learning about astrology. When a planet is placed in the first house, it can add depth and nuance to our personality and identity. For example, having Venus in the first house may indicate a charming and attractive presence, while Saturn in the first house could bring a more serious and disciplined demeanor.
It's also important to consider any aspects to the first house, as they can provide further information about our outward expression and how we interact with the world. For instance, a conjunction to the first house may indicate a strong emphasis on the traits of the planet involved, while a square aspect could suggest challenges in self-expression. Don't you have the North Node conjunct your ascendant?
I do. It was a fun aspect to investigate in my chart as I was learning about the first house. And let's not forget about the role of the first house ruler in the birth chart. The sign and the placement of the ruler can give us additional insights into our outward personality and the traits that we embody.
Understanding the first house in astrology can help us gain a deeper understanding of our outward persona and how we engage with the world. It can also provide valuable insights into our approach to new beginnings and our overall sense of self.
Next, we'll go over some more information about the first house in astrology.
The first house, also known as the ascendant or rising sign, is one of the most important houses in astrology.
The first house represents the individual's physical appearance, personality traits, and overall identity. The sign on the cusp of the first house, along with any planets that may be in the first house, can reveal a lot about a person's behavior, attitudes, and approach to life.
The ascendant or rising sign, the sign on the cusp of the first house, is known as the ascendant or rising sign. This is the sign that was rising on the eastern horizon at the time of the individual's birth. The ascendant represents the individual's outer personality, how they present themselves to the world, and the impression they make on others.
Physical appearance. The first house also represents the individual's physical appearance, including their body type, facial features, and overall demeanor. The sign on the ascendant can give clues about the individual's appearance, such as their coloring, height, and general attractiveness.
Personality traits. The first house is associated with the individual's personality traits and characteristics. The sign on the ascendant can indicate the individual's natural tendencies, strengths, and weaknesses. Planets in the first house can also influence the individual's personality, adding certain qualities or traits to their overall makeup.
Life path. The first house can reveal information about the individual's life path and purpose. The sign on the ascendant, along with any planets in the first house, can indicate the individual's natural talents and abilities, as well as the challenges they are likely to face in life.
Overall, the first house is a crucial part of the birth chart and can provide valuable insights into the individual's identity, personality, and life path. By understanding the first house, astrologers can gain a deeper understanding of the individual's strengths, challenges, and potential for growth and transformation.
When a planet transits through the first house of a natal chart or birth chart, it can have a significant impact on the individual's personality, appearance, and overall sense of self.
The Sun. When the Sun transits through the first house, the individual may feel a strong sense of self-confidence and a desire to express their identity more fully. They may become more assertive and take on a leadership role in their personal and professional life. This transit can also bring attention to the individual, making them more visible and attracting opportunities for advancement.
The Moon. When the Moon transits through the first house, the individual's emotions and moods may be more intense and noticeable. They may feel more self-protective and seek out comfort and security. This transit can also bring changes to the individual's home and family life, as well as their emotional needs.
Mercury. When Mercury transits through the first house, the individual may become more communicative and interested in learning new things. They may also become more analytical and critical of themselves and others. This transit can also bring new ideas and opportunities for self-expression.
Venus. When Venus transits through the first house, the individual may become more interested in their appearance and personal style. They may also be more social and seek out romantic or creative experiences. This transit can also bring financial opportunities and a desire for luxury and comfort.
Mars. When Mars transits through the first house, the individual may feel more energized and assertive. They may also be more competitive and confrontational, seeking out challenges and opportunities to prove themselves. This transit can also bring physical activity and a desire for adventure and excitement.
Jupiter. When Jupiter transits through the first house, the individual may experience a sense of expansion and growth. They may be more optimistic and open-minded, seeking out new experiences and opportunities. This transit can also bring success and abundance, as well as a desire for spiritual growth and understanding.
Saturn. When Saturn transits through the first house, the individual may feel a sense of restriction and limitation. They may become more serious and disciplined, seeking out structure and stability. This transit can also bring challenges and obstacles as well as opportunities for personal growth and maturity.
Uranus. When Uranus travels through the first house, the individual may experience sudden changes and disruptions with their identity and sense of self. They may become more rebellious and unconventional, seeking out freedom and individuality. This transit can also bring unexpected opportunities.
Neptune. When Neptune transits through the first house, the individual may feel a sense of confusion and uncertainty about their identity and purpose. They may become more spiritual and intuitive, seeking out deeper meaning and connection. This transit can also bring artistic and creative inspiration, as well as a desire for compassion and empathy.
Pluto. When Pluto transits the first house, the individual may experience profound transformation and change. They may become more aware of their own power and potential, seeking out opportunities for growth and self-discovery. This transit can also bring intense experiences and a desire for control and mastery. Thanks for listening to this episode of Adventures in Astrology. If you'd like to write in with questions or comments, you can write us at our email, adventuresastrology@gmail.com.
Or you can check out our website at adventuresinastrology.com.